Hey everybody, it's Angela Molson352, and I have another layout to do today. And this is one for Saw Crafters. I won her design team for the month of August, so I'll have a couple design team projects to share with you guys. And this one uses her chipboard tree, as you can see, and it comes in a craft color, and I've just inked it with green. And I've stamped a deer head at the top, and I am doing a scrap lift of a layout by Vilma Furstenberg, one of her Garden Girl layouts that she did. And that layout, she had a tree and she had the deer head at the top. She had her picture kind of hanging off the bottom of the tree on one side, and then she had her title centered underneath the tree. And so that's what I'm going to do. I don't believe hers had any particular theme to the embellishments that she put on the tree. She just used a lot of different paper embellishments. I'm going with a theme for mine, which is nature. So I pulled out some different nature stamps that I have. And I'm also going to use a variety of products and textures, not just paper. So I'm starting out here, you see, with stamps. There is the picture frame I'm going to hang off the side with a picture in it, similar to what she did. And I'm also going to pull out things like rub-ons, acetate, puffy stickers, enamel dots, flare badges, and some of those kind of rubber, oh, what do they call those? The little rubberized accents. It'll come to me. But so there's going to be quite a bit of texture. I think I use a fabric brad and even a paper embossed leaf on here as well. And then I'll have some more wood items from Saw Crafter's shop. And so here I am testing the colors. I got some new ink pads from Tuesday morning, and I hadn't looked at the colors and tested them. So I'm just testing some of them to see which colors I like the best. And there you can see some of the puffy stickers. I'm going to use a little fox and a little bird off of those puffy stickers. And I'm also going to use this sheet of rub-ons. And this is one thing that I learned. The last layout and this layout that I've done were both scrap lifts of Vilma's, and I thought they were beautiful layouts, and I wanted to kind of learn what was going on and why I liked them so well. And I think after doing this one, I figured out that I like all the color on top of a white background. And I've also learned that in this type of technique, it's best to really layer and group your elements all together, but leave quite a bit of white space around them. On my last layout, I didn't leave as much white space as I did on this one, and I like this one better. So yeah, so scrap lifting is a great way to learn about how to do a technique and why you like a technique and everything. And these rub-ons don't give me near as much trouble as the ones last time. Actually, these go on perfectly. So I don't know what was going on before, but my faith in rub-ons has been restored. So also I've learned to just use up the whole sheet. So there were 3 sheets of different rub-ons in this pack, and I wind up using this one whole sheet on this layout. And I like the colors and all the natural elements. It's got lots of flowers and leaves and stuff like that. So, and the colors work with the theme I'm trying to do. And so some of these will get covered up once I start layering other stuff, but mostly you can see everything. On Vilma's, she didn't leave much of the tree showing at the end. I really want to make sure that you can still see this tree when I'm done, because I want these natural elements to be an extension of the tree, make the tree seem bigger with all these other nature themes surrounding it. So that's kind of what I'm trying for, and I think I accomplished that in the end. Okay, here's Saw Crafter's little horse, and I painted it white. It's an MDF horse, and I love this one because you know, it's just kind of, I guess it wouldn't be galloping, cantering along, and I thought it was just beautiful. It kind of symbolizes to me, you know, freedom and just you know, running free and stuff like that. So it's a really beautiful element. She has another horse in her shop that's more like a Clydesdale or you know, a bigger horse that's really cute too, but this is the one that I got from her shop last time. And then the third item of hers that I use on the layout here later is one of her MDF clouds, because I thought that worked really well up over the tree as a natural element. Here I've got some Studio Calico rub-ons that are little wood grain birds that are really cute, and I had kind of been hoarding them, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to continue to hoard these, but I'm going to hoard them on a layout. So that is my way of thinking, is, you know, I want to keep these products. I love these products. I love the images. You know, I kind of want to hoard them. I'm going to hoard them on a layout in my scrapbook. So I go ahead and I'm just using stuff left and right. I've just kind of changed my mindset. And so I used 3 of those. So I've still got plenty more to use up. I was trying to use a few packages of stuff, but I didn't. Like this one, I've used only 1 of these badges. These are some Melody Ross older product. And I just pull out that little bluebird that says, I believe it says "Sing It Out." These chipboard elements, I don't wind up using any. They seemed a little too formal for me, and the images I have on there are a little more whimsical right now, so I thought I'd stay with that. I needed a little more color over on the left, and so I decided to use this rubber stamp of a beetle that I have. I just stick that because I didn't really have many bugs represented on here. I had birds and flowers and leaves, and then I had the deer and that little rabbit flare that will move here later, and the horse. So, and I also had that little bottle cap item that also has a little bird in it, and I wind up removing that later, so that doesn't stay. Here I've stamped a bear, and it's really starting to come together, and so I'm going to start committing. I think I've got enough under the tree, so I'm going to go ahead and hot glue that down. I just put some on the main trunk, just enough to hold it on there, and then that way I can still tuck stuff under if I want to, but I don't think I put anything more below it. That way the tree, the silhouette of the tree kind of stands out there in the center. I go ahead and put down that Melody Ross chipboard piece, and my camera will cut off here before the layout is done, and then I come back and I'll show you what changes. But I have some puffy feathers, a little butterfly and a heart. I think the heart gets moved later. And then there's those little rubberized, I got a whole pack or a group of them at Tuesday morning one day, these little, I still can't remember what they're called, but they kind of have a rubber feel to them, like an eraser. And so now I'm just going through some of my Maggie Holmes die cuts. I know she's got some horses in there too, so I thought I'd check and see if there was anything else in that pack I could use. There I put down Saw's horse, and that just looks so good. It really pops on there just being white like that. And then I'm looking for a few elements that aren't nature themed, just that I can use for layering. So I'm looking for some tabs or tags or something that I can use to layer a few more elements on. So I pull out that little blue tag and the flower, which I don't think stays on there. I wind up just pulling a lot of different things out and then just kind of fussing with moving them around until I find something that I like the look of. I like this little mason jar. It kind of reminds me of, you know, catching bugs and putting them in a jar as a kid. But the two that I had there were just a little bit too big for the area, so I didn't use any of those. So there's where my camera cut off, and you can see that I wound up putting some acetate pieces, that upper right hand corner, the bird with the cloud and the sun, I put up there, and that's acetate. There's an acetate piece on the tree itself with that bow and that kind of rubberized blue flower on top of it. And there's another acetate piece which looks like a postage stamp over there on the left. Saw's cloud is right above the postage stamp with the little heart I stuck on it. There's a little fox that I put there. And I put one of the American Crafts bows. And I'm also using from that, I believe it's the same line, the American Crafts frames there that I'm putting picture in. And I'm just putting my picture. It's one that I've never scrapbooked, but it's the one I use for my profile picture. And so I thought I'd like to go ahead and scrapbook with that. Let's see, I wound up putting the rabbit flare badge up between the antlers of the deer. And I put another flare badge over on the right of a little bluebird. And, you know, you can still see the tree poking through. I like that you can see bits of it coming through. You can tell it's a tree still, which is nice. And that's what I wanted to keep. And then that's a fabric brad here that I'm putting on. So that just gives even another texture, a little bit of fabric. And the frame has a bow made out of a cord, so that little bit of cording also gives a little bit of a different feel. And here I am just looking for some washi tape to put over these brad legs, because I had already mounted my piece of white paper onto some cardstock. And it's just some cardstock that I had gotten at Tuesday Morning a while ago. I got a pack of them for $1.99, and they're red on the back and kind of this light bluish mint on the front. And so I've just keep using them. Put a little bit of stickles on this butterfly here, just on his body. So that's the only stickles I've got on there. And then I decided to put a few enamel dots. These are ones from Studio Calico that just came in my Scraptastic Life Noted kit. So I'm just going to spread a few of those around. Put one down over there by the cloud. And up in that grouping. Yeah, so I really love how it came together. And I really love the cluster, how tight the cluster is and how much color is in it. And so I really learned a lot by scrap lifting these two layouts of Vilma's. And so I really, you know, I appreciate the community putting these things out, and gives me an opportunity to, you know, just try it and learn from it and see what I like about it and how I can kind of accomplish that same look. So, yeah, I've really had fun with these two. And I'm getting another order of Saw's stuff, a design team package. And so I'll have a bunch of other things to play with. So I'll have more layouts and projects using Saw Crafters products. And I'll put links to the 3 items of hers that I used on this layout. I'll put down below, in case you're interested in getting one of these trees or horses, or trying this this style of layout yourself. It's a great way to use up little embellishments and stuff like that. So I just used some really kind of light greenish blue thickers to spell out the word nature as my title below. And I have the acetate piece saying life is good. So it kind of, that Melody Ross chipboard piece says sing it out, and then it says life is good, and then it says nature, and I put my journaling below that. So I'm going to zoom in here for some close-ups. There you can see the horse, and then I've got the rabbit flare at the top, some acetate pieces, flare badge, an embossed paper leaf. I have a bow, rub-ons, stamps, fabric brad, puffy stickers. There's the little cloud, enamel dots. Go down to the base of the tree. I have my thickers and my journaling. So yeah, like I said, it really uses up a lot of embellishments. It's really pretty. It's something completely different that will be in my scrapbook layout, scrapbook. And so yeah, I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I just love it. So anyhow, I will put links to Saw's products down below. And if you have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment. And thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.